What are you breaking my balls for? All right, it's about that time for another episode of Breakin Ballz with Johnny P. I'm your host for the evening. And again, joining me, my co-host, Lou Martini Jr. What's up,
You're
Louie?
almost speechless there. You're almost there. You have nothing to say? Nice?
You got me choked up. That's why.
I know. It's always a pleasure to be with my dear friend and the captain of chaos tonight,
Yes.
Johnny Potenza, ladies and gentlemen. It's a miserable night out there, raining cats and dogs.
The rain is crazy.
I put a hoodie on tonight because I just wanted to be comfortable. It's raining and stuff.
Now, what is that rock lobster? What is that, rock
These
lobster?
guys right here, if you could see it, the camera picks it up, Yacht Lobsters of New York City. I actually spent my birthday with them recently, and they're a wonderful group of guys. They play 70s soft rock music.
Okay.
And, they have the whole yacht rock persona and costumes and stuff. It's a really good time. If you get a chance to see them here in New York City, Yacht Lobsters, man. Good guys, good band, had a great time. So just want to give them a little
soft
plug.
rock, is it pop rock 70s?
Yeah, pop rock 70s. But they did a really great. What they'll do is what they call mashups. They'll do like a medley of songs, and they did a medley this time of all the Saturday Night Fever stuff. It was great.
Yeah, I love all pop rock of the 70s.
Yeah, so they'll do Brandy, they'll do a Tom Jones, they'll do Baker Street, they'll do the disco, all that stuff. It's really a good time, man. Really good time.
All right, cool. Well, listen, we have
Speaking of good times, Mr. Good Times is here tonight with us, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Good Time.
I call him the modern day Jackie Gleason. He's a good friend of ours. He was actually my next door neighbor. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a producer. He wears a lot of hats. He's actually a family man with a great family, and he's also a real estate agent here right on Staten Island. We're going to hear what he has to say and break some balls. We have the one and only Gaetano Iacono with us tonight.
Good to see.
What's up,
Good
guy?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Hey, things are good, John. Things are good. You know, life is life.
He started off by blocking the driveway where nobody can get into the parking lot
Yeah,
tonight,
well,
but otherwise,
Yeah,
other
he's
than
got that big Cadillac. He has a big driveway, too. So
what is that, a Yukon you got there? Is it a Yukon? It's a Yukon, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's raining. I'm old. I got the glasses fogging up on me. I got the window fogging up on me. I got my rear view camera with the drops on it. I'm like, I can't see. I don't know where I'm going. So I see the curb cut. I'm like, okay, that's good enough. I just left it there. And I walked in. I left my car in the middle of the middle of the road.
Right in the middle of the driveway.
And that's not like him either. That's something I would do. But I wouldn't do it here because, I'm, what's that? I'm on retainer here, so.
You're on retainer.
So listen, we were supposed to.
Yeah, that's what your parole officer told you yesterday, too. You're still on retainer, John.
100%. So we have, I always have lawyers on retainer. You never know when you might
That's
need
true.
them.
You got to have them, baby.
We had another guest come with us tonight. He's a local comedian. He's really good, and he's a friend of mine. He was a friend of ours, and then listen, I don't understand, I don't want to say nothing for nothing, but like him and Lou had a little bit of a problem. And Lou, why don't you take this over with Lou?
No, see, you're setting it up wrong. I had no problem with anybody.
You didn't have a problem.
Guy knows me for how many years. If I had a problem with anybody, I have problems with nobody.
I think I know you too long.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know.
what goes back to is this guy's a comedian that John was actually managing for a while.
Yeah, we're not going to mention any names. I didn't manage him. I helped him out. I gave him advice.
Well, you were a mentor to this.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
You were a mentor to this
Just
kid.
needs a little, he needs a little sharp.
So he knows nothing. He knows nothing about the business. He's trying to get into the business for many, many years. He approached my partner and I with a horror film that he was trying to do.
Okay.
And Gaetano's a producer. You know what producing entails is. So,
It's
and the only reason that to begin with that I was even interested was because his partner is a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
Very good friend of mine. So I said, yeah, let me take a look. We had a stage reading that we produced. We actually did a budget for the script for nothing. For zero.
Oh, really?
For zero. Did not charge him. Okay, he got a free budget, which is a $3,000 to $5,000 job right there. So we wanted to put the kid on retainer with our company and start up the website and the marketing materials and things like that. So we had a fee, a small fee, which goes towards a producer's salary once you get the budget for the movie. Next thing you know, the kid flipped out. I'm trying to rob money from him. And not only was I trying to rob money from him, but he's going around town now saying that I'm a thief and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this. It's really, really, really disgusting. So I asked John, I says, John, obviously, if I don't get an apology from this kid, I'm not going to be in the same room with him.
And I tried to set it up because...
And he tried to do it, and the kid doesn't want to listen. Yeah. He's a stubborn kid. He still thinks I was trying to rob him because, he knows nothing about what producing a movie entails. He hasn't done anything.
You know what? So. And listen, if you really were trying to rob him, you were trying to rob me, I would want to talk to you about it. And if I was him, I would have talked to you about it. And you guys could have just talked. And I said, Lou's an easy guy to talk to. Just talk to the guy. I go, well, come on. I go, big deal.
But John, it was explained to him by how many people? You, his partner, people that know him. It's like, look, this is what has to be done. And he gave you a budget for nothing. That's $1,500 minimum, $3,000, $5,000. We did a budget for his movie for nothing. My partner, it's a lot of work.
But when were you charging him like an extra $5,000? What was that all about?
No, I just explained it to you. Then we wanted to do a contract with him to produce your movie. Yeah. It's called a retainer. Okay, I'm not going to pay to put up a website for the guy. No. I'm not going to pay for his marketing materials, stuff like that. If I'm producing your film, you put us on retainer, and then that retainer goes towards our salary when the budget comes in.
100%.
You don't do stuff for nothing.
And that's not even a lot of money.
Unless you have a partnership and you're going to, it's a team effort and you're doing it together. You work out like a 50-50 type.
We were being hired as a producer,
story.
But he didn't understand that. So right away it went from, producing to I was robbing him. So whatever.
So I had to cancel the show. So then he got mad at me.
And then you put me on because you had to.
You originally scheduled.
Let me tell you this.
We got nobody. Get Gaetano.
Listen here. No.
That's how you fucking. That's the only way I work. Couldn't get anybody else.
Listen here. Listen, I call him Doughboy because you were in the movie Doughboys. That's why.
Right. And old ladies press my stomach, and I go.
That's why. For people don't think that I'm busting his balls too much, but you and him were supposed to be on. He actually requested for me to get you on. He goes, "What about Gaetano Iacono?" I go, "I was going to bring him on in January, but I'll ask Guy."
Well, that's nice. At least somebody.
And I feel bad. And then I reached it out after this. I reached out to Scott Lebedo because everyone knows Scott Lebedo, and he always tells me, "You got to get me last minute. Call me last minute." So he has an art exhibit in a couple of weeks. So he goes, "I would have loved to, but I'm 3 weeks away, and I have this big art exhibit." He goes, "But in the beginning of the new year, definitely hit me up." But I got it on the text.
But listen, you have to give me some credit also. Now you're not saying also now. This is me, Guy. I says, listen. You don't have to cancel them. Just, I'll take the night off, have somebody else co-host or whatever like that. You don't have to cancel the guy from the show.
Yeah, but
that's the kind of guy I am. So you don't have to cancel him for me, but I'm not going to be in the same room with him.
This is the deal.
So pat me on the back for that, John. I'm saying I didn't have to come to your show.
I know that.
You mean
so
you
say
can't
that. Give
do
me some
the
credit.
Italian thing, like you could be at a barbecue in the middle of the summer, be having an argument with like a cousin or a hypothetical situation, and you're like, you're not getting along or whatever. But then all of a sudden, Zia Maria comes out the back door and says, "Oh, mangiare pronto, you got to come in and eat." I said, "Oh shit, the fight's over. We got to go eat. Otherwise, you're gonna get your ass kicked by Zia Maria."
Right.
Okay, now listen, Gaetano, you got a new short film coming out. What's it called?
No, it's out. It came out already.
Okay, coming out. It's out. What's it called?
It's called The Forgotten.
The Forgotten.
The Forgotten.
Okay.
And it was a big budget short.
So you're gonna say it was
with
a big
the cost
bust.
of a few pizzas, gasoline, tolls, and people's time. We had a lot of fun making it. It took us 2 days to do it. It took us 2 days to do 1 day's worth of work, but we were very relaxed about the whole thing. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
If it's anywhere near the last couple of things you've done, it's going to be brilliant because he's hooked up with a company doing these horror film shorts, which I'm still begging. I want to do one with you guys. I'm waiting to get called.
He don't hire his friends, Gaetano.
No,
but it's brilliant. It's brilliant stuff.
I do hire my friends, but they got to work real cheap.
Yeah, we fucking do for nothing.
I'll do for nothing with you. I told you that.
Give me some speaking parts and an IMDb credit.
We're working on things. It's so difficult.
When did you shoot this one?
So this one we did this past summer was called The Forgotten. And I don't want to get political, but the reason that I did is because my heart was in a certain place during the elections. And I wanted to send the message without being one of these, in plain English, I don't want to be a dick about it. I don't want to go punching anybody that believed in certain things in the mouth. So I did this nice little movie. And I think in a very subtle way, I made people understand how a lot of people in America felt about a certain aspect of our history.
Yeah.
Okay? And it did good. I mean, listen, I'm not one of these big...
political guys.
Well, no, I'm not political guys. I'm not a big political guy by no means, but I'm not one of these, what do you call those people on TikTok and all that? What they do?
Influencer?
I'm not an influencer. I never had anything with views. For the first time in my life, I put something out there that into the first week I had over 1,000 hits on it. I was so happy.
Wow.
Well,
You know,
the thing
that's a big deal.
The thing
to
that,
me, it is.
The thing that everybody loves about Guy, like I said, we know Guy for years, is Guy is one of those guys, he brings people together.
Yeah.
I mean, even before we started taping the show, he says, well, what if you say this to the guy? What if he says, like, no, you don't understand, Guy.
I try. I
so
don't like
he
fights.
He gets people together. He's not confrontational at all. You'll never hear a guy badmouth anybody like that. And that's a great redeeming quality, which some people wish they had more of. Right,
Unfortunately,
John?
it doesn't get me anywhere in this industry. Like everybody steps on everybody, sadly. But anyway, it's called The Forgotten. If you type into the Forgotten short film on YouTube, it'll come up. You'll see my beautiful face.
Oh, so I didn't
You'll
see
see
this
my
one
face.
yet then. This is the latest one. I didn't see this one.
No, maybe you didn't say
Okay.
it. But anyway, take a watch. And about the horror, I'm still working on it. We were supposed to do a fundraiser.
Because your stuff is so good. It's so
we
good.
Actually did a video. What do you call those videos where like to
Kickstarter.
a
like
Kickstarter type thing? We're
And
gonna put it up. Fundraiser thing.
Isn't the Kickstarters tough these days a little?
It's very tough because first off, you don't know how much love is out there for you. I've never done it before. I got to be honest with you. It bothers me a little bit because I feel like I'm asking for money.
That's the thing,
Well,
guys.
you
That's
are
what
asking for
everybody
money.
does.
Well,
But that's what everybody
let me
does.
just tell you a
So
little-
for the first time, I'm gonna.
Let me just
Jump
tell
in.
you this. This is how you're going to make money. The only way you're going to make money with a fundraiser like that is you got to bust everybody's chops every 3 to 4 days. Donate, and that's hard. It's embarrassing, especially when you're our age. I know guys that
I
did
really
it.
don't want to get to that point. I'm hoping people just have this hidden love for me and spread the word. I mean, we were gonna do it about a month ago, and then we thought about it and we said, you know what? The holidays are coming. Things are tight for everybody. Inflation is high. I says, let's not do it now. It's the wrong time. I mean,
the holidays,
you have to think to yourself, maybe people feel givey and want to give a gift for the holiday, but I think it's more about let's not do it for the holidays
it's
because
not.
people need their money to buy
No, they're not spending.
their calamari
They're not
and their
spending money
clams
on
and stuff,
on fundraisers and shit like that.
Exactly.
You
That's
know.
the last thing on their mind. So we're going to probably do it next year. We have everything ready to go. We're holding off. We're probably going to do it next year. Like, we're going to give a month or so, get those credit cards bills paid. Because honestly, I don't want anybody to give me money that they don't have. But if you could spare $50, $20, even 10, whatever, it adds up. I want to see if we could raise about $100,000. So it's going to be hard.
Also, the product has a lot.
Louis.
The product has a lot to do with it. If you show a clip from the stuff that
we
you
do
guys have done
okay.
before, and people see that, they're like, "Wow,
Yeah,
I want to be involved with this." These guys are doing good work.
Right.
That has a lot to do with it. Also, not
it's gonna
not just
be
a
up there.
personal level, but people want to get involved with good work.
But getting back to what you said, if you have names in it, this is the thing. If you have names in it, but if we keep looking for these names, when are guys like me
don't
and
need
guys
them.
like Louis gonna be there? We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it. We can sell it. We got the goods. We got the goods.
You don't
Louis,
need
you're
it.
a great
It would
actor.
independent
I'm
filmmaking
not-
is coming back.
You're a
I
good
might not
act-
be the best.
You're a very good
but I
actor,
think I
too,
do
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I do okay. I'm sellable.
Who's the guy who does the Mayhem commercial again?
Oh, he's killing it. The
What-
guy from Allstate, right? Is it
Yeah, but
Allstate?
when you do a spot like that, you're on a contract.
Yeah, but what's
you're
his
not
name?
getting
Yeah,
residuals.
he's doing.
You know his name? What's his
Dean
name?
Winters.
Dean. There you go. Dean
He's first off, I think he's great at what he does.
He's okay. I liked him better than Oz. I think he's a little silly in these commercials.
Well, the commercial's
Well,
silly.
that's the whole idea.
That's the whole
That's
idea.
the whole
Yeah.
idea. And he
He's a
sells
mayhem.
it. And he sells it. He's great. And I'm not knocking the guy. Good for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they make big money.
Big money. It's national.
Yeah.
It's a national commercial. There's residuals.
He's like a millionaire. He's a millionaire off that. You know that,
doesn't
right?
Really.
He's under contract.
I don't know.
He's making great money.
I never
Just
met
like
him. I
Lenny.
can't
It's
count
just
his
like
money.
with the Flow and the insurance company. Was it
Oh, that's
Geico, whatever
another
like
one.
that? Yeah, when you're doing so many spots like that, they put you under
she's now the
contract. You're not
face-
getting residuals.
She's now the face of what is it? Progressive? What is
Progressive,
she?
that's the
She's the
insurance
face of
company, Progressive.
Her and that other kid that plays like the nerdy guy. They do very well together. They like bounce off each other. It's great. You know what? If God would just spit on me, I don't even want a blessing. I just want a piece. I just wanted to give me like a little hit me behind the ear like that. I just wanted to touch me.
Yeah, you got enough-
Just give me something.
You got enough bird shit on your head, right?
Do I? You know what I'm saying? I just need that little.
But what you're doing, Guy, is you're creating work for yourself, and that's what has to
I'm
be
trying,
done today.
yes. We all have to do this. If we don't, nobody's going to do it for us.
Because of the streaming networks and stuff like that, I mean, there's opportunities, there's exposure for everybody if you create your own work. That's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. That's what John is doing. This is what you got to do. And especially like for the genre and stuff that you guys are doing, you don't need names. You should need good actors. You don't need names.
Well,
you don't need to spend money on names.
Everything we've done, I think we've cast great actors.
I think it's been brilliant, the stuff I've seen.
Everybody kicks ass when you know what I love when people show up and then they surprise you. You know they're good.
Yeah.
And then they come on set and all of a sudden they're even better than you ever thought they were. That's amazing. I love when that happens. I wish I could do that once in a while for somebody. Show up on set and be like, man, Guy really, really killed that shit. But
You have, buddy. I've seen it. You have. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
So now let's get into some funny stories, some ballbuster stories, some funny stories. Me and Gaetano lived next to each other for many years, right?
Yes.
We were growing up in Princess Bay in Staten Island.
Yes. So where are we going with this? You lead me, I follow. Where are we going with this? Because there's a lot of stories.
There's a lot.
I could tell the good ones. And
you can tell the bad ones,
Okay, are we gonna let people know how crazy you are?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, break
Christ.
his balls.
So this guy is so nuts. All right. Well, we were both a little nuts when we were younger. Like I had the loud music. I was like one of these weirdos or whatever. And he was this rock and roll guy. And my father, he would practice his drums. All right, and he's like
all the time.
And my father is having his coffee. He said, "This is a fucking guy. He never stop with the drums." I says, "I'm every day the drums." But we loved them. Great neighbors, best neighbors. Honestly, I mean, you guys really the
Your
best
father
neighbors
and
you
my
could
father
have.
got along good.
Your dad and my father. So his father would do the home improvement guy, Wilson. Wilson would have the hat.
Yeah.
Right. And he would come over the fence.
Oh, you had the fence between you?
We had
You
the fence between us.
you?
So his father would come over the fence, and we'd hear the fence because it was like a chain link with like some metal in it, and we'd hear it rattling. And all of a sudden, we see his head pop up with a big smile, great smile, beautiful smile.
that's too
his father
funny.
had. And hey, Giova. My father Giovanni, right? So he goes, hey, Giova. So he did it like the right way, And then we talked. They were always happy to talk to each other. I mean, but the biggest and craziest memory that I ever have of him and his brother, they would have these parties.
Big parties.
Big, crazy parties.
Like how big? How big?
Neighborhood
50
parties.
people,
Big-
100
big
people.
enough
100
people
people,
wonder-
125 people.
Big enough that the neighbors would be like, uh-oh.
The cops come and shut
big.
it down, that kind of party?
There were so many cars double parked all the way down the block they couldn't even get there.
It was like a fire hazard.
They had to go. They had to go on their flat feet.
All right. But the thing I remember the most, they had an in-ground pool
Yeah.
and a 2-story house. They would climb up to the roof, and it was a pretty daring. It was high,
35
but it
feet.
wasn't even the height. It was the distance. The distance that you had your pool away from the house. It wasn't like 5 feet
It wasn't
from the
that
house.
bad. It
Oh,
was-
bullshit.
it was
I wouldn't do
It was
it.
about 10 feet away.
I think it was more than 10.
That was a nice jump. It just,
So you're jumping off the roof into
They were
your pool.
jumping
Yeah,
off.
we always
They were
did it.
jumping off the roof.
One little slip,
and
you're dead.
And jumping off and going 10 feet across, maybe more, maybe more. All right. I listen. I'm ballsy. I would never do it.
No, a little slip and you're
The
dead.
pool was 9 feet deep. We just used to love
Yeah, that's
doing
because
things.
tu si spostato.
I
You know
used-
what that means?
Yeah.
You're sick in the head.
I was really strong back then, and I used to put my friend.
too.
I used
Now
to,
my knees
I'm
hurt. I
so
can't even walk.
strong, but I was stronger. But I used to put my.
But those were fun days.
I put my friend on my back, piggyback. Okay, that was little Kenny. He was probably like 125 pounds, and I would have him, and I would run with him on my back, and just whoa.
Wait a second. You
Yeah,
had a guy on your back.
Yeah.
You had a guy on your back, and you're running down this roof and jumping into a pool. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
For
but-
real. He's
and
not
then-
even.
and
He's
then
not
in the
even
middle-
That's
embellishing.
crazy. That's
this.
crazy.
In the
It's
middle
real.
of the year,
He's
I let him
crazy,
go.
I'm
We
telling
both
you.
go like
the
this.
The man was crazy. I mean, he toned down.
I was daring.
I'm gonna bring you back.
No, that's
down to
another
reality.
level, John.
So
No,
he.
That's not daring. That's another.
That's what they do in the
level.
circus. And put it this way: my birthday. Where's the camera on me? My birthday was on Evel Knievel's birthday on October 17th. So used to jump ramps with the dirt bikes, and we used to set up car hoods in the back of the trails, and we used to have like 10 of our friends laid down.
Yeah.
We used to jump over them.
Yeah.
We used to get chased by the cops. Crazy shit.
I did that. I did that once as a kid growing up in Brooklyn. We used to get the milk crates, stack them up on top of each other.
Yeah.
I did one 3 high. We got a cup of nice piece of wood. I went up there. I got my bike. I was like, yeah. I ended up flying. I broke my ass. I was like, you know what? Stunt life is not for me. I'm done. I never did that again. Never did it again. That was it.
No stunt man for guy. And you don't. And you know, you're funny. You drive by the parks and the fields and stuff like. You don't see kids jumping things and running around things.
No.
I think they're
not out there no more.
And then we had the skateboard ramps and all that.
Yeah, you
shit
don't
back
see.
in
Well,
the
you
day.
see the skate parks. That's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty daring.
That's about it.
That's
That's
pretty
about it.
daring. I mean, I give them credit. I don't think I could do
But
that.
you know, his father used to see me like on a normal day. I used to love to jump off the roof. That was just like something I had to do.
Normal day jumping off the roof.
You know, yeah, it was fun. It got
What am I going to do? Let's jump off the
So
roof.
we used to have to go out the window, and there was the roof, and I put a 6-foot ladder to get onto the top.
To the higher roof.
But I was bending the gutter. So my father used to say, I don't know how the hell that gutter's getting bent. I'm like, I don't know. You know, maybe the raccoons or something up there. So Ron Starr, remember Ron Starr?
I
He was
do
the
remember
motorcycle
Ron, yeah.
daredevil. He used to do a lot of filming for my band and us back in the day. And he talks like this. He goes, John, you got to let me film you jumping off the roof because it'll go crazy on cable. I go, nah, I don't want to do it. He goes, nah, do it. So he filmed me one day jumping off the roof. And I did it. I sat on the roof, I prayed, and then I jumped. And then we put it on cable, and it went crazy. And then I did it again.
What do you mean you put it on cable? This is before YouTube?
No, on public access television, like when I
Okay.
was doing my show.
Okay.
Before YouTube. And but then we put it on YouTube in the end of '99 because it was like I think YouTube came. I don't know what year YouTube came out. It was in the late '90s.
Late 90s, yeah. I don't know.
So anyway, one day my father was out and he goes, "Yeah, I saw your son on cable." He goes, "Yeah, he does a show." You know,
He didn't
and
know?
this was before late night. This was the gangster vibe. He goes, "He does a show." He goes, "No, he wasn't doing a show. He was roof jumping." He goes, "What are you roof jumping?" He goes, "Yeah, he was on top of your roof."
And now he knows how to
and,
gun
and he
got
goes, "He was
bent.
on top of my roof." He goes, "Yeah, he was on top of your roof when he jumped." So then my father was like, "Oh," she came home and he goes, "Yeah, I was just with whoever, Phil." He goes, he saw your show. I go, "Yeah, what'd he say?" He goes, "You on a fucking roof, you fucking asshole.
Jesus.
That's how you bent the gutter." He went crazy, my father.
How's the real estate business? So
Yeah,
guys
let's
doing
talk about real estate.
Real estate is...
You must have some stories with that.
Oh, my God, real estate. Well, there's...
Can we move the fireplace like 3 inches over? Or,
No, but there are like... The real estate industry is crazy, to say the least. The market is unbelievably very strong because a lot of people think that the market is bad because the interest rates skyrocketed. And so there's people that, they feel they can't sell their houses now. But what's happening instead is people need houses and there's a scarcity of homes. So when a house goes on the market and it's marketed correctly, the house sells. It might not sell in an hour or two like it was, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But, like give it, if you market it correctly, it's very important to get a good real estate agent, market your home correctly, you listen to your agent, stage it right, and price it correctly. If you price it correctly and market it correctly, the house should sell within a month. Mm-hmm. The house should sell within a month. If it doesn't sell within a month, there's something wrong there. Either you price it too high, or the neighbors have the smell of weed coming out their windows too strong, or something's up. But you got to figure out what the problem is. I feel bad though. I feel bad for kids today because back in our time, it was about growing up, buying a house in the neighborhood.
The American dream, baby.
You could be close to mom and dad or your aunts and your cousins and stuff like that. And listen, I'm not pointing fingers anywhere. It is what it is. The way things have gone, the market went so high, and now kids nowadays have to think 15 times before they invest in a house. It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
Even renting. If you have a good landlord and, they don't raise the rent on you and you have a good relationship, that's a wonderful thing. But the problem with that is sometimes when the market goes up so high and people get like our age and they're tired of the grind in New York City, they're like, you know what? I'm going to head for higher ground. I'm going to sell and I'm going to go live upstate New York where I could get a house for like half the price and a better house and sack away the money and kind of rest a little bit.
Half the price, bigger the house, more
Bigger
the
house.
property.
Yeah, but what happens if you're the tenant? You know, now the house got sold. The people buying the house are buying it because they're buying it, and their daughter or son needs to live in the apartment. And you got to do this thing like, oh shit, you know, now I got to find another place to live. So when you rent, you risk having to move.
Yeah.
When you own, it's yours. Nobody's selling it. You want to sell it or move, you sell it or move. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it is.
And I had a place, I got rid of it. This is a nice place where I have, but again, it's expensive. And small places, they're expensive.
Everything is expensive. It's New York City. New York City, the only thing they want to do is take our money.
Yeah.
That's it. Every time you turn around, you leave the house in New York City and you drive through a couple of boroughs, and it's going to cost you $50.
Yeah.
And you didn't even eat a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you $50. You got tolls, probably 2. If you live on Staten Island, you're going to go over to Verrazano. Maybe you want to sneak into Manhattan. You go to through New Jersey, go through the tunnel. That's 2 tolls.
Let's get off of that.
Common
All right, let's get off. But I think we're done. I think we're done.
Let's see what Lou has to say. What's going on with the sports these days? Anything? Any rants on your end?
Well, you know what? I mean, how do you rant?
Are you a little dry these days?
No, I'm not dry.
What about
I'm not dry.
what's the guy from the Yankees going?
Well, I
to
was just
the
going to
Mets?
say, at the time of this taping, Juan Soto,
Yeah.
now a former Yankee, just signed the biggest contract in the history of professional sports.
It's amazing.
But here's the thing. The reason he didn't go back to the Yankees was, okay, now the Yankees offered him 760. The Mets offered him 765. But the difference also was that the Yankees didn't offer him a suite for his family.
Oh, really?
So he couldn't get a suite for his family.
Do you think he's that good? That he deserves that money?
He's a great ball player. That's what the market price is. But this is what I'm talking about. Back in the day, guys would give their right arms to put the pinstripes on.
Yeah.
Okay? This guy obviously, and I told all my Yankee fan friends, it's like, listen, he's leaving. He don't care about being a Yankee.
Yeah.
Right.
Very few. The last guy that cared about being a Yankee was Derek Jeter and Paul O'Neill.
I don't know what it is tonight. I'm tired. I'm leaving early in the morning. I'm going to Florida to go see my. I've been traveling a lot this
It's
year.
the weather. The weather sucks. This weather makes you like
Yeah.
shingai.
It was
Yeah.
a very rainy day today.
I got to be up at 3:30 in the morning to go to my uncle's, and then I got to get on the plane at 6 in the morning. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. Now, what do you got? Website? Where can people find you? Social media?
Look, I'm not big with this internet stuff. People want to find me, they can find me. I mean,
So
I'm not
Google
that hard.
Gaetano Iacono. Get him on Facebook. You get him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Look up.
I'm
Spell
on
your last
TikTok.
name,
I don't know.
Guy, for everybody.
Iacono. Gaetano Iacono.
And look
That's my
for
name.
New York's top 1,000 realtors. You'll see him on there somewhere.
Oh, he cracked the top 1,000?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
Gaetano Iacono. So, Guy, thank you for coming on. Listen,
Thank you.
we
Thank
got-
you for having me.
Well, he's got something else to say. Don't cut the man.
No. I was going to say I'm the most famous, unfamous actor in the world.
Oh,
There
you
you
took
go.
my line. That's my line.
Shit. Bada
Where'd
boom.
you-
Did I? Was that really?
Listen,
I've
I
been
had
called
to-
that for
All right,
years.
cut it out.
We
Let
have to
him
cut
say
you
it.
because we're over time. Lou Martini Jr., it's always a pleasure working with you, and I will see you next week for the next show.
Hopefully, God willing.
God willing, we will.
God willing. You
All right,
never know. You never know.
All right, everybody. I'm Johnny Potenza, Johnny P, whatever you want to call me. We'll see you next time on Breakin Ballz with Johnny Potenza. Johnny P, I'm so tired. But don't forget, make sure you break somebody's balls this week. Good night.